Hey everyone, so welcome back. This is SirWarg, and this is episode 10 of our YouTube gaming show. And so for today, we're going to have something different because I'm going to be just catching live Meltan here because I opened the mystery box. And I think there's less than 20 minutes left. Yeah, so 18 minutes left here, and I thought I would use the 18 minutes to just talk about different things about about gaming because I feel that it's good timing because Pokemon recently, so last week, just celebrated its 25th anniversary. And so imagine 25 years of Pokemon. That's pretty cool, right? So and then I thought about also doing a bit of similar vibe to it, where I would be sharing maybe my gaming history also, and where does Pokemon actually and Pokemon Go would fit in that particular history. All right, so there. I thought that it would be interesting for me to share. So maybe just a bit of a background about how who I am as a gamer and where exactly did I start gaming, etc. So honest confession, I am 40 years old. I am made in the 80s, right? So exactly 1980. That means I am of the same age as Pacman. Yeah, it's funny. Um, I say my first experience when it comes to gaming actually happened in my lolo or grandfather's house. So my grandfather, I think, had a computer. If I'm not mistaken, it's one of the early Apple computers, and they had an Atari, if I'm not mistaken, also. So those were my first few encounters with gaming. So there was this game that we were playing in the Apple computer. I think it involved some helicopter, you know, um, getting some hostages from a building, transferring them to the base. Um, those are my early memories of it. And then for Atari, I think we had Miss Pacman. I think that's actually what we played before. So how old was I then? Probably less than 5 years old. 5, 6 years old. I was really young. But when it comes to actually owning a console and playing it at our home, because my grandfather lives a bit far from our home. I think the first console that we had was the family computer. So the family computer, or for some people they call it the NES, right? So the Nintendo Entertainment System. My father at some point brought home a family computer, and with it comes some games, and there are the classic games like Super Mario, and then also really nostalgic stuff like Circus Charlie, Battle City, Tetris, Contra. Those were my first real games, personal games that I played a lot with my brother, with my playmates, neighbors, etc. So those were actually my first really um, full experiences when it comes to gaming, where we would really just play until our hands would get sore. And it's actually funny because at some point, my father made it a business where we would rent actually the family computer. And if I'm not mistaken, it's like 1 peso for every 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And the people will come to our house in order to play family computer. It was funny memory. And back in that time, I think my most favorite game was actually this shirt that I'm wearing, Super Mario Brothers 3. That game had a very different impact to me because it was so beautiful. Back in the 80s, or I think it was already around 90s. I love Super Mario Brothers 3 because it had a lot of secrets, a lot of good challenges, good music, and there was a time actually when it was so difficult to play around then because the game that we had was actually in Japanese. So therefore, there was a time when we do not understand actually what Bowser or like what Peach was actually saying in the game, but we would just play it nonetheless because it was fun. And Super Mario Brothers 3 was the game that we played that when I was a kid. I would wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, really just to get started. And then, by around 8 a.m., 9 a.m., when everybody else is awake, I was already at World 5 or something like that because I didn't know how to do the warp or whatever. Those were actually, really good memories about games. So, family computer was really the console that, made me a gamer, when I was a kid. Maybe just a bit of a sharing also. We were not very rich. Actually, my family lived in the province, in Pampanga, and it was not, it was not a very comfortable or a rich kind of we weren't rich or anything like that, and that's the reason why we weren't able to afford actually a lot of games. Actually, the ones that we had before were, probably even knockoffs if I'm not mistaken. So we had like cartridges where there were like 20 games in one, 50 games in one, 100 games in one. So those were actually, our games back then with family computer. So in the province, I think a lot of people got stuck in the family computer era, and very few people were able to actually move on to the next generation of Nintendo console, which was the SNES or the Super NES or like the Super Famicom. Um, we weren't able to have that. And so from the early 90s all the way to 2000s, I didn't have a lot of gaming, but I think I had a Game Boy back then, but it didn't really have a lasting impression on me because I didn't have a lot of games. Probably I had very few games like Mario, Tetris, and that's pretty much it. So because it was expensive and it needed battery, so it was hard to actually keep playing it. And so it was funny because the moment when Pokemon was born, 1995, I was not actually really crazy or like I don't know anything about it. I knew Pikachu, I heard about Pokemon, but back in the province in Pampanga, we weren't really we weren't really so much into the game. So because we were poor, right? And so what is interesting is that after the Game Boy, I think a few years passed by, and I was already in college, I think. And in college, I didn't have any console, so I think I was able to play PS1, so PlayStation 1 with my brother's internet cafe. He had some consoles there. I was able to play a bit of Dreamcast, the Sega Dreamcast, but it didn't really last. I was able to play also a bit of computer games like Red Alert or like Doom, but it didn't really also feel like a complete experience because those were, you know, very fleeting, fleeting gaming sessions that I didn't get hooked to, at all. So I feel that the real thing that brought me back to gaming was already in 2008. So imagine from early 90s to 2008 when the Wii actually was released. Um, that's when I started gaming again because the Wii was very very popular around that time, and people were playing the Wii actually because of Wii Fit, and also because there was a new Super Mario around that time, the Super Mario Wii, and new Super Mario Brothers. I mean, and it's fun. So I got a Wii, and that was the time also that I was able to buy a console because I was earning extra money because I started teaching photography. So that was around 2009, etc. So I was able to do some gaming, go back to gaming. And so with that, I was able to play a few Wii games. So I was able to play Super Mario Galaxy, Galaxy 2, all the classics for Wii. So I missed actually a lot. So I missed many generations of games. So I missed the GameCube. I missed actually the Nintendo 64. I missed PS1 and PS2. So a lot of those were unknown to me. So that's why when people have nostalgia when it comes to those games, I totally have none because those were actually my poor years or like my university years. So I was not really into gaming. So maybe the thing that happened that made me very invested in gaming is actually when after the Wii U. So this was I think the time when 3DS was released and people were playing it. So I got myself a 3DS also, and shortly after that, the Wii U, which is the console that was the successor to Nintendo Wii, was released. And the Wii U was very important to me. I know it's a failed console and people didn't really buy it as much as the Switch. But the Wii U was important for me because that was the time when the Wii U was released that I formed a group on Facebook, and the name of the group on Facebook is called Pinoy Wii U. So Pinoy Wii U was very important in my gaming life because it's a gaming Facebook group that made me dedicated in actually gaming. So while I was teaching, you know, teaching in school. So Monday to Friday I would teach high school, and then on weekends I would teach photography. So my relaxing time would be to play video games. So I would be playing a lot of 3DS, Wii U, etc. So those are actually pretty important. And then around that time also, so in the when I created the group, Facebook group Pinoy Wii U, so that's when I met some of my gaming friends, and those gaming friends are the admins of Pinoy Wii U, and that's actually a very important thing that happened to me because they were the ones who actually made me learn some of the games that came out during the time when I had no gaming experiences. So they were the ones who actually educated me when it comes to games that I missed. And so I know stuff now about Metroid, about the Paper Mario series, etc. So the games that I wasn't able to play, back in the years. So suddenly there were people who were actually, kind enough to be patient with me and somehow give me some of the things that I missed. And this is actually very important to my story about Pokemon because one of my friends in Pinoy Wii U, so that's BJ. So BJ actually lent me my very first Pokemon game. And my very first Pokemon game is actually Pokemon Diamond. So it's very bizarre because that's already 2013 when that happened, and that was my first Pokemon game. So how did I know that it was 2013 and how do I recall? Because that was the year that Pokemon X and Y came out. And so 2013 was a few months before X and Y came out, and BJ was generous enough to actually lend me his Pokemon Diamond. And he told me that you have to know Pokemon. You have to play this because Pokemon is serious business. People play Pokemon and that you cannot be left out. And I am, until this day, I feel actually very, very grateful for BJ for lending me his Pokemon Diamond because without that I would not be into Pokemon at all because I missed the early parts of Pokemon, and Pokemon Diamond made me a Pokemon lover. And so my memories of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl were actually very precious because it's my first Pokemon game. And it's so cool that lately in the Pokemon 25th anniversary, so Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl, am I right with the with the terms? Yeah, but the remakes of Pearl and Diamond are going to bring me back a lot of memories the very first time that I played it. So that's actually, what got me to Pokemon. So I started with Gen 4. And after that, BJ, I think I was able to buy a Pokemon Ruby. And because I had a DS, so I had a 3DS, then I had to buy a DS in order for me to play Pokemon, Pokemon Diamond really well because, the game plays better if you actually use the old DS. And since that's oh no, DS Lite if I'm not mistaken, so DS Lite. And since DS Lite actually had a part where you can put cartridge of GBA, so Game Boy Advance, I was able to play Pokemon Ruby also. So Pokemon Ruby is third generation. So from Gen 4 of Pokemon, so Pearl Diamond, I was able to play Ruby, and that's amazing. So I was able to actually go back. And after Ruby, I think I was able to play Pokemon Soul Silver, the one with the Pokewalker. So that was the third Pokemon that I played, and I'm so happy that the Johto region actually has Kanto region also built in the game, and I'm happy that that was possible. I was able to play Gen 2 and Gen 1 in one game. And then after that, I think I went backwards again. So I was able to play Pokemon Emerald, if I'm not mistaken, after Pokemon Soul Silver, right? And around that time, so I was able to play already four Pokemon games. All my Pokemon collection were actually being transferred, and I was able to keep them. And even up to now, actually, I still have them. Some of the Pokemon that I caught all the way back from 2013. So that's pretty cool. And so what is interesting is that by the time that I started playing Pokemon Black and Pokemon Black and White and Black 2 and White 2, I was so surprised about the changes, and I was like, wow, Pokemon Black is actually very cool. So, I actually was very happy with the changes that, that happens. Like, it's a leap of, technology for me. The game looked so different, and at the same time felt so different. So I was so blown away by Pokemon Black. So I actually played Black, and then after that I think Black 2. I don't recall if I played White. Maybe I did also. And so what was interesting was that I was playing so many Pokemon games. I think in about 5 months time that it's all that I was playing. So it's a lot of catching up. That by the time that I actually started playing Pokemon X, when that was released that year, so I was already a Pokemon addict, and I was so happy already with Pokemon X. I'm very happy with with how I am as a Pokemon player. So there, and if I remember it right, I chose Froakie, I think, or was it Chespin? Yeah, Fennekin. Yeah, right. So I think I chose Fennekin when I played the Pokemon X. And then I also bought Pokemon Y as well. So I played both of them. It was really fun. So from then on, I played everything. So I played also Sun and Moon. I played Auras. So that's Omega Red, Omega Ruby, and then Alpha Sapphire. I played that also. And then obviously I played the Sword and Shield. And that's where we are in Pokemon Go. So in Pokemon Go, so I've been playing Pokemon non-stop, and even though I missed a lot of Gen 2, Gen 1, the original ones, at least I was able to experience all the generations in a way with Pokemon, and I'm so happy with that. So there, that's actually my gaming history, and it's already finished. So I've been talking for 20 minutes, so it's fun, and I hope you like my sharing. Okay, so at this point, let me just show you right now my progress for Pokemon Go. So I'm still at level 48, and I just want to show you this one. So I'm already 2.5 million away for for level 49, And I'm still earning my platinum medal, the 35th platinum medal. And the 35th platinum medal is this one that I'm working on. I am predicting that by Wednesday I'll be able to finish this. So 2 days from now, right? So once I finish this, I hope that I already have the 2.5 million XP that I need. So no rush, but I'm happy actually with that. Okay, and then other stuff that I can show you, maybe also latest shinies that I got. So for the shinies, recently I caught maybe just a few things. So I caught again another Nidoran. When did I catch this? 25th. Yeah. So I think this was after I made the previous episode. I caught a Mudkip also, and a Geodude, another Geodude. So I caught this on the 27th. And then for the Hundo, not that much. I caught just very few. So after the the traded Raichu, I caught this Growlithe, and it's a Hundo. So and that's pretty much it, right? Okay. So March is going to be very busy again for Pokemon because there are a lot of events. And earlier today, Landorus made a comeback, and it's very interesting because I wasn't able to play Pokemon Go when Landorus actually came back. Was introduced last year, mostly because I was playing Animal Crossing New Horizons when Landorus actually was in the raid. So it's a good time to catch up, and be able to catch Landorus and Thunderous also because I wasn't able to catch a lot of them. All right, so thank you so much for watching this episode. So this is a very different episode, but I hope that you didn't mind my sharing. And for the next episodes 11 and 12, I'll try to do the raid hour and the spotlight hours, maybe combine them in one episode for episode 11. All right, so thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, and I'm hoping to see you again in episode 11. Thank you so much, and